Um, once I got done and had enough talking with the customer service representatives, I asked to speak with management, whether it be the bank manager, the regional manager, and was informed that they didn't know who that would be. I asked who the bank president was, and I was also I was informed again that they didn't know who the bank president was. So I went online to do the research and find out how to contact Bank of America and how to register a written complaint to get this situation resolved. And what I found on the Bank of America site posted um, plain as day that any letters that is sent to the board of directors or any executive officer is screened by the executive secretary, and letters or documentation that includes any type of complaint, any type of solicitation, or any type of offensive items, that the information would not be provided to any of the executive officers or any of the board of directors. What this means to me is that Bank of America does not care about what their customers feel. They do not want to hear about the poor customer service. It tells me that the executive management of Bank of America is fully behind the policies that are put in place at the bank to scam you out of your money. I was very disappointed, and I wanted you to know that these are the tactics and the approaches that Bank of America is using to take more of your money. I especially want to highlight the fact that on the company's website, it plainly states that any complaints will not be forwarded to any of the board of directors, and it will not be forwarded to any of the executive board. In addition to that, trying to get a hold of a bank manager or trying to get in touch with a regional manager is next to impossible, because the people that you need to communicate that to you do not know who that is. That in itself says something about the culture of the bank and the organization itself. The next thing that I wanted to make you aware of is their mortgage policies. I've had a mortgage with Countrywide, which obviously Bank of America bought out Countrywide and assumed all of their loans. My loan was designed for a short-term purchase. It was a 5-year ARM with the intent to be able to sell my home within that 5 years and move on into an additional home. In the meantime, we've had the mortgage collapse and the banking collapse and the credit collapse, which has made it virtually impossible for me to sell my home. So, as part of the federal stimulus effort, I contacted Bank of America not only once but twice to discuss taking advantage of the policies and procedures that were being put in place as part of the stimulus package. And I was informed that I did not qualify because my loan had insurance on it. And Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae and these large mortgage companies, they were getting relief for all these mortgages that have collapsed, but they have insurance on these mortgages. So I feel that for one thing, they're double dipping. And the next thing is that this was a method for Bank of America to increase the level of money that they're taking out of my pocket, because they refused to even refinance the loan into a normal 20 or 30 year fixed mortgage that would stabilize my interest rate. Instead, my mortgage has a 25-year balloon statement on it, that it's due to be paid in 25 years, but after the first 5 years, the interest rate is now unlocked and it can increase 7%, which would effectively take my mortgage to the 12% range. When I stressed this with the bank, they informed me that there was nothing that they could do because now my mortgage would be higher value than my home. I already owe the money. It doesn't make sense not to put it into different terms. I'm upside down on my mortgage now. The reason that they wouldn't do that is because of the low interest rate and fixing that interest rate. And they realized that with my mortgage, a 7% increase only puts money into their pocket. Along with that, I think that you should be advised that when I asked where the federal stimulus money was going and how it was being spent and who was overseeing that at Bank of America, no one could tell me. They couldn't tell me that any loans were being approved. They couldn't tell me who was over the program. They couldn't tell me how funds were being distributed. They knew nothing about it, but they knew that my mortgage was insured by Freddie Mac and that they weren't going to do anything because they were covered and Freddie Mac was covered if I default on my mortgage. This is not good business sense. It's not customer service focused. I wanted to make you all aware of this. Not only have I ran into that situation, but I know other people that have run into that situation. I have not been able to talk to anybody that has got a positive answer as far as being approved to refinance their mortgage under the federal stimulus plan. They've all been told the same thing, and many of those customers had loans at Countrywide, which are now at Bank of America, and they were told the same thing, that Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae had insurance on that loan and they did not qualify for the federal stimulus package. The reason I bring this up is because it shows again the values and the ethics that exist within inside Bank of America. It shows the lack of customer concern. It shows that all that they're concerned about is raising their bottom line. And they really don't care whether people are foreclosing on their mortgages or defaulting on their mortgages or not, because they're getting their money from Freddie Mac because the loan is approved. So what I'm asking for all of you to do is to forward a link to this video to as many people as you know, so that way others can become aware of the antics that Bank of America is using to continue to milk more money and to make more money off their customers. I would advise anyone who has accounts with Bank of America to do as I am going to do. I am going to leave my bank account in a negative balance, and I am going to put my money into another account. The account at Bank of America can stay in a negative balance. As long as they want to hold on to those NSF fees, they will never see another dime from me. Please pass this blog on to everybody to inform those folks of the antics that Bank of America uses to scam more and more money out of their customers, and the poor service or the lack of concern that comes out of the leadership of Bank of America. And as we all know, that the corporate culture is a direct reflection upon the management of an organization. So again, I plead with you to post this video as often as you like. Send it out to as many people so that we can get the hit counts up, and maybe through social networking we can actually send a message to these banks that we're not going to be taken advantage of, and we are not going to tolerate policies that are devised to do nothing but take more money away from us. Thank you. Have a good day.